Hey guys, welcome back to markdillon.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, do me a big favor and click subscribe. Um, so tonight's question I think is actually one that's really interesting. It's from Jeffrey, and he sent me a really lengthy email that has a lot of backstory that I won't read to you. But the heart of his question is basically uh, he wants advice on maintaining healthy platonic friendships with his straight friend. So he says, one of my main challenges is maintaining a male platonic friendship. I am slowly growing to be more comfortable around other guys, but I still feel that it could lead somewhere sexual, even though most of the guys identify as straight. I had my first sexual experience in California and have dated briefly since then. Whenever I get close to other men, I tend to develop stronger feelings for them. Everyone's life is unique, and I know there is no one answer to every personal question. But what advice would you recommend on maintaining a male platonic friendship? Uh, all right, Jeffrey. First of all, I think that is a really good question and something that is really worth discussing because I would imagine we can all relate to that in one form or fashion. I think that most of us have had a good-looking straight friend that we've had a crush on, or a good-looking gay friend that we've had a crush on, but we know it's strictly platonic. Also, I want to say this is not something that is just about maintaining. It doesn't only impact the gay community, and it doesn't only impact relationships that are male-male. For example, I think that it's particularly challenging for a straight man to maintain a platonic friendship with a female friend that he finds very attractive. And I know firsthand from the straight friends that I've had, I have always had a very small social circle, but it is incredibly diverse in terms of gay and straight, male and female, black, white, Asian, bisexual. I've always had a diverse group of friends, so I have some perspective on these things, and I believe from what I've seen with my straight friends that when they have a platonic female friend that they're attracted to, it is equally as tough as it would be for us to maintain a healthy platonic friendship with a male friend we're attracted to. Um, so, what advice do I have for maintaining uh, a platonic relationship or platonic friendship? I think there are four parts to the answer. One, it's a matter of degree. Two, it's a matter of impact. Three, there is a boundary issue. And four, there's an expectation issue. So as far as you know, the degree part, well, just how strong are the feelings of attraction? Is it something that you would expect any other reasonable person to be feeling in a similar situation? Or if you stepped back and looked at it objectively, would you say, "Oh, wow, this is a little weird. I mean, I'm taking this a little bit too far." So there is a matter of degree, and you want to look at that objectively and say, is there some is there something unhealthy going on? But aside from that, I mean, if it's just you're attracted to them and you think that there could be some, sexual component to it, that's not an uncommon fantasy. And as long as it's not taken to the extreme, I don't think that it's unhealthy. As a matter of fact, I think that's actually likely to fade the more you get to know the person. So, that we've covered the degree part. The second part would be impact. Just how much are these feelings impacting your ability to have a real friendship with the person, um, and a genuine friendship with them? Also, are these feelings towards that particular person who's unattainable hindering your ability to pursue something that is attainable, either romantically or sexual? So, as the old saying goes, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So you don't want to be foregoing opportunities to develop, healthy, um, you know, uh, sexual or romantic relationships because you're focusing on these guys that are unattainable. So that's the impact part of it. And you have to look at that objectively as well too. And the third part would be boundaries. You have to be able to maintain healthy friendships of any kind. Forget about just this particular dynamic. To maintain healthy friendships and relationships of any kind, you need healthy boundaries. You need to be able to say, just because I feel a certain way does not mean that the other person has to accommodate me with whatever whim I may have. So you have to kind of mentally reinforce those boundaries and say, okay, wait a minute, I know, that I have a crush on this person, but that doesn't give me the right to kind of like pursue them. It doesn't give me the right to be jealous when they're dating somebody, or it doesn't give me the right to start, throwing my 2 cents in about their relationships or trying to sabotage it or anything else. So, healthy boundaries are very important, and particularly when you have a situation like this where there is some emotional conflict, healthy boundaries are even more important. And you need to constantly and consciously reinforce and recognize those boundaries. Now, the final part would be expectation. I'm trying to think how I want to put this, but you don't want to be interacting with this platonic friend in a way that you're hoping, well, if I just do this or I just do that, down the road it's going to lead to more, or down the road we'll end up hooking up or messing around or whatever it may be. Whatever you do in the context of that platonic friendship, you should be expecting a platonic outcome. You should not be doing anything in the hopes that it leads to some sort of romantic or sexual reward for you. That's very important. So, you need to have the proper expectations for whatever your actions are in the course of that particular friendship. So, it's a tough situation. I think we can all relate to you. But I also think if you take a more active approach in cultivating, other sexual and romantic relationships with people who are attainable, that will make it easier for you to develop these platonic friendships, because one does not have to preclude the other. You can actively pursue a healthy sexual and romantic life while you're cultivating platonic friends. So there you go, Jeffrey. I hope this helps you, and feel free to email me any more questions. Guys, thanks for tuning in to markdillon.com. Also, one thing I want to say, if you have a question for me, it's best to email it to me through markdillon.com. I catch some of the questions on Twitter and Facebook and the YouTube comments section, but the best way to get them to me is just to email them through markdillon.com. So thanks for tuning in.